Growing up, Barb was always by the water or on a boat. Over the years, she watched her dad, Clint, construct and work on several boats used by their family. Barb talked about wanting to build a boat just like her father did. A couple of years ago, she purchased plans and constructed a small wooden motorboat made from scratch. Built right in our garage, she used marine-grade plywood and connected the pieces using the stitch and glue method. The boat was coated with fiberglass and epoxy. We now enjoy using this boat, which was aptly named Mr. Clint in honor of her boat-loving dad. Looking back, we wish we had documented the construction of Mr. Clint. Barb's current project is a 1950s-style runabout boat. The only difference in this project is that we purchased a kit rather than cutting each piece of wood ourselves. It is still quite a journey and uses the same techniques as the previous build, including the same methods of joining the wood pieces together, using fiberglass, epoxy, stain, some paint, and lots of sandpaper. You can see some of the progress we've made so far here, starting with just the kit in flat boxes, then to the beginning of the stitch and glue, putting the outside of the boat together, and some fiberglass. Please follow along as Barb shows her weekly progress in this new journey.
Hi, welcome. What I am going to do today is fiberglass around the rest of the edges on the back, the transom. I am going to cut pieces of fiberglass to lay all the way across. So that one is doubled, this one will be doubled, this will be doubled. I believe I'm going a little bit bigger than what I have to. I mean like a little bit more. These sections, I think it's only one sheet of fiberglass because there's two in the bottom and the middle seam, so it's actually three running on the bottom. But I'm still going to do the seam again here and two layers. So I'll do 2 layers there, 2 layers there, 2 layers here. I believe this one is 2 layers as well. Then this is, I think there's 1, 2 also, and I'm going to go 2 layers here, I'm going to go 2 layers here, and then the next 2 is going to be 3 layers and then 3 layers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out, lay it in, and then I'll fill it in with the epoxy and the messy stuff. But right now I'm just going to cut some pieces, lay them in here, and then do that after. Oh, that can't reach that. Let's see here. My daughter heard me talking about not being able to reach in there, and she said, Mom, just make something a longer tool so you can reach in there to do it. So yeah, I was thinking a pole, and then I will duct tape something around the end of it, like either a brush or whatever I'm going to use to get it down. It doesn't have to be beautiful because you're never going to see it, but it's got to be strong. So my oldest daughter, Bridget, gets the credit for that. Good idea. So I want to go right over, see, I'm right over the one, right over here. And putting more fiberglass on than it actually calls for, it's only going to make it stronger. So let's see here. I need to cut a piece. 50, 60. About 6 inches. And I'll do the width after. I don't know if I have this one left. Oops. Get gloves. Too thick. Something, I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I'll try again. Holy moly. Okay. Alright. 66. I'll be disappearing for a minute. See what I got to go with here. Went a little wider than I was supposed to. Yep, I did. I got scissors, so fix that. Down here. Let's see if this piece fits. And then I can at least have the piece fit. I won't glue it. I won't even put it in because I don't want to make this mistake of gluing it before I make it epoxy. Let's see what we got here. At least as high as that. I don't want it like here. Here. Okay, let's see. Nice job cutting. Let's see if this stuff's good. So that really will be it for today because yeah, that's all I'll do today. I'll come back out later, and I will finish cutting, put them in here, and I did get a lot done though, so I'm happy about that. some of this epoxy off. I mean, I feel like, am I the only one? Oh, I still got it here. Am I the only one that covers themselves in this? I don't even know how I do it. Anyways, I guess I'll start on these over here. Holy mackerel. Glue myself together. All right, well, I'm gonna leave those and hope that one doesn't fall. The mask on because I've been doing some up here. I put the fiberglass tape across the center line, and I also used thick and epoxy first up here and here. I didn't film it. I was literally hanging in there to do it, but I got it done. And so it looks messy because, boy, that was hard to do that with like the pastry bag and not having it. Well, and a bunch of it fell out, and ugh, what a mess. But no one sees it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even close to. I'm so much of an amateur. But the cover on the top of this is going to run from here all the way to here, the whole cover, so it's all enclosed. You don't see all this mess, and I'd rather have it thicker than like some perfect thin line. I'd rather have it thick. And I know that it's never coming apart. So, in the bow, it takes a beating when you're going. So, and I plan on moving right along. So this, I believe, I don't know for a fact, I have to check it, but it's gonna go. I don't know if you can even see this. I think it goes right about here. I don't know if I have it the right way, but it goes right about here. And you do use screws. You know, I always talk about how you don't use screws for, I don't know. This doesn't seem right. I think it goes like this. Like that. So, you know, I talk about how you don't use screws and it's just a stitch and glue boat. Well, the majority of it is. But I will say that this I'm going to attach with thickened epoxy, but I'm also going to drill 3 holes in here, and then I have the screws that are number 10s, which are 1.5 inches long, marine, you know, stainless steel or whatever it is, it doesn't rust. They're going to go in and attach to this, and then the thickened epoxy will, but I'm going to leave the screws in. I'm going to do that for both sides. So that's 6 screws there. And then I do know that on some of these other boards that come down, I have like 5 of them, and I believe these are it. On the side over here, 5, yeah, that's 5. They're teak boards. They actually run in the middle. I haven't put these in yet, but they run right down the middle, and those actually are attached with screws too. So, I don't know, maybe you have 20 screws or so that are going to be in the boat, but everything else is stitched together and glued. So I'm going to take a little break, find out whatever news there is, and come back in a little bit. And I really want to get the spray rails on today. I'm gonna put these boards in here. I'm almost done. I gotta put 2 more layers of fiberglass in here. Then I can put these boards down. Then I can put the back thing. I mean, I can really take off from there with assembling once I get all this inside epoxy done. So, I will be back. Thank you for watching the channel. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm drilling holes in a boat. You know what it's like to drill a hole in a boat? Terrible. So I'm putting it here and here, under here, and a little. Like that. Way up here, 2, and go down a little bit. Okay, 3 holes. Holy mackerel. Not a good feeling to do that. That's nice. Alright, anyways, I have to put it together with thickened epoxy. So I'm going to put thickened epoxy all here. And I don't like, I gotta do this a second. And then I'm gonna screw it in and have my fingers crossed, I guess. Oh, I hope I put those holes in the right spot. These are the screws I had to get. Phillips head, 1.5 flathead Rodian screws. I got them from Lowe's, but they did have to order them. So it's not like a common thing people go in, I guess, to buy. Okay. And nope. That's it. That's not where I'm good. All right. I'm definitely stinking on this one. I didn't check to make sure the back was even.
Yeah, screwed my finger. That was great. That hurts. An idiot. Total idiot today. Okay. Lovely. Oh boy. Should stop, but I got all this stuff. It's wet. Oh gosh, getting all over the place. Gotta screw that in more. Screw this all in more. See. I'm gonna get a Band-Aid.
I can't put this thing on either. I need to, but I'm not going to. I feel like I'm gonna waste some of my solution over there. I hate doing that. Stuff's so much money. Epoxy. It stinks in here. But I gotta put a couple screws in here more before it hardens. I need a break because I'm clumsy. When you get clumsy, that means stop. Well, for me it does. One up here. Alright, I'll see how I did. Well, I mean, I know they went into the other piece of wood. This is what I should have done to begin with. And I should have asked for help holding it instead of trying to do it all myself. But ask my husband, I have a very bad habit of that. Yep, that's the way I should have done it the first time. Alright, that's it for that. That was, I mean, it worked out okay, but giant fail, I think, in my part. As far as, you know. So I want to give a little information about what we actually did this week. And I did a lot of fiberglassing and epoxying in here. Now this part right here needs another 2 coats in here of fiberglass and epoxy. Here, I need 2 more coats of fiberglass and epoxy. But I did do all the seams with a thickened epoxy and then with a fiberglass strip. I did the same for here with the stripping and with the thickened epoxy. These require, this one and this one require 3 coats of fiberglass. They're small areas, but they're just very hard to get into, but I'll take care of that this week. I added, this is not in here. I just wanted to see how it would fit. It would fit okay. Lots of noise. But I also epoxy the backside. And these are floorboards. This is already fiberglass. The other side's epoxied. I gotta do one more side of epoxy. So I have both of these, one and the other one's on the floor over there. So we're getting further with those. I'm gonna figure out how to do it without it falling over. Okay. I put in the stringers, 2 of them, and I used thickened epoxy to put them in permanently. This is part of the stringers, these 2 areas right here. So I got those in, which was great. And I did some more of the thickened epoxy up to 2 panels, okay? And then this, after I get done finishing all the epoxy and the fiberglass, just takes a long time. But I'm getting really, really close to finishing that part of the inside. And then it's really basically just assembling, and yes, of course, more epoxy, more thickened epoxy, but like the floorboards will go in. Then there's 5 teak boards that go up the middle. The bench seats, the seats in the back will go on. And that's probably about what I'll do by next week, because pretty much done for the week right now. And finished putting spray rails on, and then we'll be good to go. I always seem to it takes me a long time. I always think I'm going to get more done in a day than I actually do. But I think that's just what happens when you're building something. You always think it's going to be faster than what it actually is. It's just a process which I do enjoy doing. I'm kind of sick of fiberglassing and epoxying, but sanding. But that's okay. That's part of it. And then when it's done, the more care I take as I go, the better it'll look when I'm done. Some of this doesn't look great. It's actually going to be painted and it's going to be on the floorboards, so you're not even going to see it anyways. I just want to make sure that I have thick amount of thickened epoxy to really hold it firm. It's like cement. It's great stuff. It's messy. It can cut you. It's brutal sometimes, but if you got enough in there, it's not going to move, and it'll stay together. You won't have a problem with any of that of your boat leaking or anything. So I just got to take my time and do the best I can. And so I'll see you next week. Thanks for visiting the channel.